What's up, guys? This is Michael from Cartoon Universe, and I'm here, of course, with Haley from Cartoon Universe. But we also have a special guest with us. We have Erik from Looneyturtle.
Turtle.
Yeah.
Hello.
So this is our first podcast type of deal, which is pretty cool. So thanks for coming on, Erik.
Yes, it's fun to be here.
So as you guys know, sadly, Gravity Falls is ending
Oh no!
forever. We'll never see it again.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we kind of want to just reflect on the series and get some last minute theories and before the finale on Monday, I believe it is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Monday.
Yeah, so we kind of just wanted to talk about where we've left off on Gravity Falls and everything. So I think the last that we saw was Dipper and Mabel go into the shack, and there's a whole crowd of people in the shack, and that's where we finally find Stanley. And Bill still can't leave Gravity Falls, which we're going to talk about that because it's very interesting development. So I guess let's start with that. Why do you guys think Bill can't leave Gravity Falls?
I just watched the episode again, and it doesn't really make sense why he can't, but
In the video that I did for it, a lot of my viewers were saying that it might be the unicorn hair, which that can make sense. But for me, it doesn't completely make sense since like the unicorn hair was used to be put around the mystery shack, just the mystery shack, not everywhere else. So I'm not sure that it extends to the entirety of Gravity Falls. It could, but
I don't think that it does. I don't, unless Ford secretly planted unicorn hair around the perimeter of Gravity Falls,
which would have been time consuming.
Yeah, very time consuming.
But like in the episode that the unicorn hair was brought up, I'm pretty sure he only put it around the mystery shack, which would explain why everybody's huddled over there with multi-pair and freaking everybody.
Yeah. I did not even think about that. That's right.
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, why are they all in the shack?
Maybe because it's all protected magically.
Yeah, that makes sense. It could also be a time thing, like with the Time Baby or Blendin doing something. I don't know what.
Well, Blendin escaped, if you remember.
Yeah.
Like he Bill destroyed the Time Squad as well as Time Baby, but Blendin escaped. And at the beginning of all this, when Mabel gives Bill the rift, Bill says, well, I can put you in a time bubble or something along those lines. So maybe since Blandon was able to escape, he put a time bubble around Gravity Falls to prevent this anomaly from being able to spread.
Time bubble. What does a time bubble mean?
It's essentially what Mabel was in, but not quite. Like, I think that the bubble that Mabel was in is a good representation, except
Bill made that, right?
it also has Mabel's it has Mabel's imagination in there instead of just freezing time or modifying time in some way. But a time bubble is just you contain one area that can move freely and go forward as it please, but the rest of the world is frozen or maybe running slower than in the time bubble.
That sounds trippy.
Yeah. Time travel, man.
Could be. Yeah, the time travel is another thing. Like, the time travel is very They never really explained too well how their time travel works in this universe, I feel like. Because, like, you have the Time Baby got vaporized. And then they said it'll take 1,000 years for his molecules to regenerate, right?
Yeah.
Which means...
reconstitute.
Yeah. Which means, theoretically, he could come back again back in time to stop Bill Cipher. But he's also in the iceberg during that time, so...
Well, actually, that's... I haven't actually thought about that. What was the explanation given to us about him being in the iceberg?
That was like a little Easter egg thing, I believe. I think it was in like a newspaper or a book. It was like talking about the time baby, like in a passage, and like he was like frozen in the iceberg, and he like emerges like thousands of years later or something like that.
And there's a future that Mabel and Dipper go to where Time Baby is destroying everything. Is there only one in that future, or are there two Time Babies?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, because if if the Time Baby went back in time and got vaporized, but then he regenerates in 1,000 years, does that mean the other maybe in the iceberg thaws out, and then there's two Time Babies?
End of episode thing, or was it one of these that said that he would reconstitute?
Yeah, we're looking at for those watching the pages, the like end card pages,
where they all connect together to make two faces.
Yeah,
Stanford and Stanley.
Yeah, we'll throw an image up on the screen for you guys.
Yeah. I think it might have been. Oh, I had to translate it with the Abash cipher because I made a video with this included as well.
Right.
I think that it was just an end of episode message that was like, "Hey, it'll take 1,000 years for Time Baby's molecules to reconstitute, and when they do, he's going to be very cranky."
Yeah, I think that was the. I think that was just at the code at the end of the credits when Louis C.K. was like, somebody, whatever.
Yeah. So, I guess there might be two Time Babies in the future. It's a question of which one is present in the future that we saw Mabel and Dipper.
And also, like, why couldn't he just go back in time again? And also, if they're from the future, don't they already know what happens?
Yeah, they should know. Like, or maybe...
or did he change it?
They said that Bill is creating a paradox, didn't they?
I don't remember that.
Oh.
That might be... That would make sense.
It's a time anomaly, I believe is how they describe it.
Right.
Like, he is committing a crime against time. I would assume that means that this wasn't supposed to happen.
True.
Yeah.
But he also is aware of the future.
Who?
Bill Cipher. Because he was like, "Hey, you want to hear the exact time and place of your death?"
Oh.
Like, so I'm assuming he sees everything. So wouldn't he already know if he wins or loses?
I don't know. How the extent of his power hasn't really been explained, has it?
Not in depth, funny enough. And then also, how did Blendon survive that in the first place?
I don't know.
I call shenanigans.
I think Bill was just like, "Hey, I'll leave him a chance."
Because like he really like that was a widespread beam.
Yeah.
I don't know how Blendon got out of the way, unless that's another Blendon from a different timeline who came back.
What episode was it on?
Hello,
18.
Truck.
What episode are we on in season 2?
19. So we're about to go on 20/21 because it's an hour-long finale.
That might be why there's going to be that might be why there's 2 pages.
Yeah,
because it's basically a 2-parter, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm assuming the last page is good news.
Mm-hmm.
I would hope.
But in the 18th episode of this season, which I think was the beginning of Weirdmageddon, the game is over and I won. Now it's time to start the fun. I always love corrupting lives. Now let's see which pine survives.
Ooh.
That's where it came from, where people are wondering which pines will survive.
Yeah, that's another question. Do you guys think anyone will actually die in this show?
Well, Ford might.
I could see of anyone. I could see Ford.
Yeah. Agreed.
Or maybe Dipper, but
nah, I don't think they're gonna kill a 12-year-old in Disney.
Well, they're like big end of show bash. Why not kill one of your main characters?
True.
But maybe it's Stanley. Like
Yeah.
that's a possibility.
Yeah, there's like been a lot of like foreshadowing with him and fire, and like burning and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it doesn't really seem that he's going to have a lot after summer. because Ford wants him out.
Well, I would hope they make up by the end.
Yeah, we would
kind of
hope.
suck.
But it might be Stanley, and I'd like it'd be interesting to see that as the conclusion.
Yeah,
like maybe he sacrifices himself,
or they both die,
or they both die in a cosmic inferno. Yeah,
because another hint was the newspaper where he faked his death and it said Stan Pines found dead or whatever.
Yeah.
So that could be referring to either of them, really.
Yeah.
That could be a foreshadowing as well.
Yeah. But that was just because he faked his own death, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that could be like, as far as a writing standpoint, a foreshadowing of what's to come.
Yeah. What question were we answering?
People dying.
People dying, yeah.
Great question.
Of all of them, I think that it might be Stanley or one of the younger Pine twins. But I'm not sure. Pines might also extend to anyone that helps the Pines family, like Wendy and Pacifica to a lesser extent, or Seuss, of all people.
That would be tragic.
Yeah. But it's possible if you want to stretch the meaning of which Pine survives.
Yeah. Well, he's kind of like an adopted son of sorts to Stanley.
Yeah.
I don't know if Disney will go as far to kill a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
I could see Ford or Stanley.
Oh, this might be worth noting. At the play or at the fair, I always see them standing there. Dressed in black, they're on my lawn, but when I turn my head, they're gone. And this is pretty much referring to the Men in Black.
Yeah.
And how they've been watching the Pines. Also, Alex Hirsch made it a point to bring this up in Between the Pines.
Oh, did he? See,
yeah, he was like,
you'd
notice that they've been following the Pines family this entire time.
What? Wait, are they like
just
in the background and stuff?
Yeah, just in the background, they'll walk by. Or they'll be dressed up in some weird outfit.
That's amazing. I don't think I've noticed that.
Yeah, I didn't either. And then Alex was like, yeah, you'll notice that. And then I was like, shoot, I noticed that.
That's crazy.
So what role do you think they might play in the finale? When was the last time we saw them?
I think it was when they were in their like secret hideout or whatever, and they had McGucket's like memories. I'm pretty sure that was the last time we saw them. I might be wrong.
When did they had McGucket's memories?
Yeah, like what was it called? It was like I think it was like a tube, or maybe it was a videotape. And they like were playing back his recordings, and his like descent into being crazy and becoming old man McGucket.
I don't remember this for some reason. When was it?
That was like the whole episode, based around Society of the Blind Eye. Let me see.
Oh, well, like they were watching the film? The Men in Black?
No, it was like Dipper, Mabel, Seuss, I think Wendy as well.
Oh, but what role did the Men in Black have?
Oh, no, wait. They were... Society of the Blind Eye was red.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Men in Black are
FBI
something completely...
agents.
Oh! For some reason I pictured Society of the Blind Eye in like black hoods.
Yeah, I can just see that now. Oh, was Blind Ivan with the group in the Mystery Shack? I know I pointed all of them out in my video, but I don't remember.
This is a lot of us going, did this happen? Did this happen?
Did this happen?
I think this happened.
We should have researched.
We're winging it, guys. We're winging it.
Let me see. Scrolly. I'm not watching my own video.
Shameless plug. Go subscribe to the Thelooneyturtle. So Blind Ivan is not in...
Yeah, Blind Ivan's not in there.
Yeah. Well,
but the gnomes are, and all the other people.
He had his memories erased, if my memory serves me right.
If your memory serves you right, he doesn't have memories. I believe so. I forget a lot of details with this show that are probably
There's
vital.
too many details.
Yeah, it's such a detailed show. 10 out of 10. Gravity Falls on mystery.
So yeah, the Men in Black. That's a good question. I'm not sure what they could do at this point.
Yeah. You know, there are some mysteries that are right in front of you. You can probably piece together really easily, like the numbers translating to words. 22, 3, 4, but. Or it literally translates to butt. Add another 4 and it's a different butt, but. But then there's other ones like when the author is writing something down, there's a rainbow reflected onto the table. That's a weird old reflection to put a rainbow on there. And then when they go into Stanford's room with the body switching rug,
Right.
on his table, on the table, when they open the door, the scene shows a table in the foreground right next to the camera, and it's got a prism with a rainbow shining on the desk. It's not like the exact scene, but the rainbow was apparently a connection that I never picked up on.
A connection to
to say that this room is the author's room. Yeah, and this was in Between the Pines, just for context.
Okay.
Yeah. Like Alex Hirsch was like, yeah, that was a connection, and I thought, what?
Yeah, didn't catch that one either.
Mm-hmm.
This is definitely a show that you could rewatch and get a lot out of. I feel like.
Yeah.
Especially
I wish that
since
they
we
would go a little longer though.
Yeah, well, I'm also glad that they're giving it a solid ending before it overstays its welcome.
Yeah.
Like SpongeBob or something like that.
Yeah.
It's at least we're getting a solid ending. But he also mentioned that he might use Gravity Falls characters elsewhere in the future. So what do you guys think could potentially, happen with the characters we've come to know that are outside of the Gravity Falls setting?
Hey, they could have fun at home, but not as much fun as they've had in Gravity Falls.
Yeah. I doubt Alex Hirsch will make a show called Dipper and Mabel Go to School.
Dipper and Mabel at school. I'll tell you about the multi-bear. This is Dipper giving a presentation on the multi-bear and how his body is completely possible. But nobody believes him since he doesn't actually have multi-bear present.
Yeah, you can't have a show with, gnomes and zombies and multi-dimensional beings taking
and
over
unicorns.
the world and time travel. Yeah, and unicorns, yay. And then go to like something like a traditional cartoon where it's just Dipper Mabel in high school. Like they'd have to do something pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they did a show like about Ford.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I don't know demographic-wise if that would work.
Yeah, like he'd need to have a lackey sidekick.
Yeah.
Doesn't know anything. Dipper.
Well, Dipper's smart, though. That's the thing.
Well, yeah, but they'd make a good team. Dipper could be, it could have an understanding of a lot of things, but then there's other things where he'd be like, wait, what? Sorry, what?
Yeah. Like maybe like him going around and like checking out other anomalies outside of Gravity Falls.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Alex doesn't want to do anything with Gravity Falls after this is done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe Ford and Stanley.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if this would factor into anything in the present, because it seems to just be something that Bill was doing but isn't anymore. Mm-hmm. No puppet strings can hold me down, so patiently I watch this town. Abnormal soon will be the norm. Enjoy the calm before the storm.
I think that was just a reference to Weird Mageddon.
Yeah.
Before Weird Mageddon.
I'm pretty sure. No, when was the sock puppet episode? Because I think that this appeared in that episode.
That was a little while ago, I believe. That was like a more.
This was probably just a reference to say, "Hey, I'm still here."
Yeah, exactly.
Without outright saying, "Hey guys, Bill's in the background." You know that, right?
Yeah.
But this one it could be brought up in the next episode. Fun and games are great distractions, but small things have chain reactions. I haven't seen a good connection to what that chain reaction is. Like, they played a game in that episode. That's pretty much it. What is this referring to? What chain reaction has rolling the infinity dice caused?
Well, they allowed the characters from the game or whatever come from their reality into the Gravity Falls reality. I don't know.
Actually, I shouldn't have done this backwards. The one before this says, Cypher's game, he needs a pawn. Be sure you know which side you're on. So that, like a pawn, that's obviously like chess. So there's a game he could be playing. He needs to get all the pieces together.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Ford looks like a game piece now.
Yeah. What would Bill do with Ford? Like, it seems that the only thing... Well, yeah, he's going to need him, but Bill can't control Ford, and Ford blatantly said, no, I'm not helping you, before he was frozen. So how could Bill get Ford to do what he wants?
Probably, like, hold Dipper or Mabel or Stanley or someone like that hostage, like threaten to hurt them.
Well, what would stop Ford from lying to Bill? Like, oh yeah, this will totally help you.
I mean, the moment he realizes he still can't get out of Gravity Falls, he could just vaporize whoever he wants. So that's probably a good reason to not lie.
Yeah, well, but it doesn't seem that the Pines family is currently in a position to get caught by Bill. They still have, or at least I would hope they still have, the protection of the unicorn hair.
Right.
Because the shack was still in shambles, just like they left it.
Yeah.
So that gives me the impression that the shack hasn't been affected by any of this weird Mageddon stuff.
True. Yeah, no, I don't think it has.
Yeah, so if they're going to camp out there, Bill doesn't really have a lot of collateral to be just like, hey, do this or they're going to die.
True. But does Ford know that they're in the shack?
At the moment, I don't believe so. He knows that bubble's been popped, and if he doesn't, I think Bill needs to get his ears checked.
No, I mean, does Ford... Because Ford doesn't know that.
Oh, yeah,
in the shack.
Ford doesn't know.
If Bill threatens him, then Ford would know that, they're protected by the shack or whatever. He would think they're out and about, in harm's way. So he might do what Bill wants, even though he didn't have to.
Yeah. Also, is it ink or is it blood? It always makes me wonder whenever there's stuff splattered on the page. It's very clearly red, and it might be red ink, but come on, Gravity Falls, more than just red ink. Give us a story in there. But yeah, like maybe that implies something. That particular placement.
Yeah. Yeah. That's actually pretty. That's slightly alarming.
Yeah. Might have just been drips from the red ink for the numbers, but
it very, very well could be.
Yeah.
But
also, who drew these pages? Like, I wonder if it's actually a thing in the journal or if this just exists. As for the fans and viewers.
I don't think that was in the journal.
Well, of course we haven't seen any of these pages.
True. Well, I know they're releasing a canon journal number 3 soon.
Oh, so that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, maybe we'll see it in there.
Yeah, and it'd be fun to piece those together, figure everything out.
Yeah.
A stubborn, tough New Jersey native, Fiddlebrick wasn't too creative. Having twins was not his plan, so he just shrugged and named both Stan. When I first read this, I thought Fiddlebrick was referring to, what is his name? Fiddleford, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's their father? Like,
I don't remember them saying a name.
Oh. Well, like it could be his father or Fiddleford, just because you're a father and you get twins, and you're like, yeah, name both of them Stan then. Like you have Stan as a name in mind. Like, yeah, we'll name my son Stan. Wait, twins?
Ah,
Yeah, we'll name both Stan.
yeah, forget it.
Yeah. Or it could have been Fiddleford, like this explaining why he never pointed out or noticed this doesn't look like Stan. This looks like Stan. Because he knew that they were twins, didn't he?
Well, I mean, by the time Ford went into the portal,
Fiddleford was slowly descending into insanity.
yeah, exactly.
But I think maybe he, like, this could refer to him as well, in that he might have noticed, hey, this isn't the actual Stan, this is his brother. And then he was just like, they're both Stan.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, Gideon's tantrums, misspelled tattoos, Chandra's rejection, society's views, a fear of witches, a life of regret. These are the things that they try to forget. This is, of course, referring to all the people who erase their memories for the Society of the Blind Eye. Gideon's tantrums, his father or his mother. I forget.
His father's probably more likely, since he seems to have tantrums on his father pretty consistently.
And his father is kind of a dimwit.
Yeah, he's pretty stupid.
Misspelled tattoos, that's obviously the guy with a bunch of freaking tattoos. All over his face. And arms. Chandra's rejections, who's that?
Chandra's? Let's Google it. The news reporter and Toby Determines crush.
Oh. Okay, so Toby Turner. Society's
Toby
views.
Turner.
Toby Turner. I call him that. But yeah, Toby. And then there's society's views, which could be the woodpecker husband.
Right.
He's, yeah. Fear of witches. Who is that? Who would be fearful of witches? A fear of witches would actually be Sprott. Sprott, the salesman guy. He had the big cow, like the mutant cow that the Pines made escape. I think it was a short, but I can't quite remember.
Fear of witches.
Yes, a fear of witches.
How do we know?
I'm deathly scared of witches.
How do we know he's afraid of witches?
That's just what the wiki connects to. The fear of witches. He's a farmer, so.
Oh yeah, farmers hate witches.
Winnipeg. That's what he should be most well known as. Can you guess the weight of old 49er?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he was holding a sign saying, the end is nigh, and he's like, yes, cut things into triangles. That's probably what Bill wants, right? Yeah. It's that guy. He is afraid of witches, I would assume.
Interesting. I don't know if they ever like made a slight reference to that, or I don't remember him ever coming out and saying that.
Let me see. He suspects that Mabel is a witch for guessing the pig's weight accurately on the first try.
Because they were messing with the time. That is a very Alex Hirsch. You sly dog.
Yeah,
that's a very very small.
Yeah, but someone connected it. A life of regret. Who has a life of regret? McGuck.
Does he have a life of regret?
Yeah, Fiddleford is the one with a life of regret.
I suppose. It was more like one moment in his life.
Yeah.
That ruined the entire thing.
Well, what was he? He knew a lot of things, but he was strumming on the old banjo, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he saw Bill.
Yeah. Hoping to give others a similar chance of alleviating their deepest regrets and awful memories. Unfortunately, conscious encounters with paranormal entities within the town and a heavy reliance on his creation. Okay, so he might have a life of regrets just by his life in Gravity Falls.
Yeah.
Half of his life or something like that.
Yeah.
How long has it been since Stanford was in the portal? I remember them saying it.
I think it's been actually few decades. Like 20 years or something.
Yeah, it's been a little while, enough for them to all grow old.
Yeah, because they weren't that old.
Here's a question that I haven't actually heard answered. Where the heck did Stanford go? Where has he been for the past how long?
Well, he said he was in a different like dimension.
In another dimension.
Yeah, we don't know what was in that dimension.
Yeah,
what he's seen.
I'm just curious of where the heck he's been.
See, that would be a really cool spin-off, actually.
Yeah,
like during Ford's time in the portal.
Yeah, he goes in the portal, runs into this guy with weird spiky hair and like drool on his lip.
Is that what happens?
Yeah, totally. That's exactly where he goes.
Very specific.
Yeah, very specific details. I wonder if you can guess what I was talking about.
Spiky hair and drool.
Drool, always.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Well,
for the viewers who haven't caught on, we're talking about Rick and Morty. For a second there, I forgot the name.
What's that show I just referenced?
Yeah, literally just seconds ago.
Yeah. They referenced that before.
Yeah, like they've had only one cross joke, like the mug and Notepad flying into the portal, and then in Rick and Morty in the background you can see a mug,
and
a Notepad spinning in a portal. So
yeah, I'm calling it canon.
That might be where it led, or it just goes to many different. I wonder where Ford actually went. Like that hasn't been answered.
Yeah, that's. I hope they at least like mention it.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah, is that I think the most we've gotten was is a different dimension.
Another dimension. Old man sleeping on the green. Can't help but wonder what he's seen.
I haven't really. It's been a while since I've seen most of these episodes, so I was just listening to you guys.
You're just watching the nerds play.
Yes.
But what do you think about all this?
I mean, I think it's really cool, and I'm really excited for the new episode. And you know, it's really detailed oriented, this show, and
yeah, it's difficult to try and figure out because there's connections that are there that you would maybe never see coming.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
And then translating every single message to figure out how does this connect to this. Overall, the end card pages, I don't know how they all connect. It might be the episode numbers like 1, 10, 2, 17, 18. Mm-hmm. And maybe that translates to something, but geez.
Yeah, like I don't know how people deciphered, like how they figured out the different codes, the different ciphers, and what you do for each cipher. Like that blows my mind.
Yeah.
Well, usually there's a key out there. Like you look at, for people who have seen ciphers, and I'm just kind of assuming this, I don't know a lot of ciphers. I think that they look at the message and they're like, okay, so that kind of looks like an @bash message, just like the alphabet reversed. Maybe I'll try that. Or like there's a general selection of ciphers that they're like, yeah, this might be one of those. Let me plug it in and see if this happens. With the 3 letters back, I always seem to hear maybe a whisper or something backwards, and I'm like, that's backwards. I want to hear that forwards.
Right. Yeah.
And if for the people who are listening close to the intro, the 3 letters back helped you figure out the first cipher in the show.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
3 letters back.
Yeah.
But with the other ones, it was Alex Hirsch trying to not him in particular, but the show just trying to pick up the pace a little bit. Like, hey, it's cool you figured this one out. Let's see if you can figure these out. And everybody just figured it out really quick.
Yeah.
The internet is always fast. So
yeah, there's some cipher freaks out there. They're like, oh, I know what that is.
I know exactly what that one is.
Child's play.
Child's play. I'm going to try what nobody else has been trying.
You should be a voice actor.
Yes, I like to voice act, but I don't really do it very often. I think with this, just people are figuring them out because they've been using existing ciphers, and for the original cipher that they've been using, there's like 2 or 3 that they've made up.
Mm-hmm.
There's a key that's been shown in the show, so it's easy to figure out. You're just like, oh, well, that's the key.
Right.
Like they gave us the key. So that probably explains why the ciphers have been translated pretty quick.
Yeah, there's always something.
Yeah.
Us usually.
Yeah. And then it feels like these all reference the episodes that they were in.
Yeah.
Like Bill escaping, the UFO episode, the all animation is black magic. Lovely one right there.
Love it.
Yeah. But like they reference the episode that they were in. So I think that it might have just been there to be a reference, but the way that these piece together, I feel like it's trying to tell a story or something.
Yeah, I think once we get the 2 pieces, we'll know for sure. Like if it's just random or if the page is just supposed to look like a puzzle type of thing.
Yeah. Have we seen a what in the first episode? Where did they go?
Oh man.
Tourist Trapped, where they went to. Because I'm thinking.
Is that the first?
This is just a hunch. Well, it wasn't the.
Oh, the
pilot,
first.
But
yeah,
it was the first episode.
Right.
I'm thinking that these are referencing the story of Gravity Falls, because they start out at and I'm pretty sure it's the Skull Island. Like this is a representation of the island. They run into the gnomes. Oh, after Mabel rejects the gnomes, they're kidnapped to go deeper in the woods. Meanwhile, as Dipper watches a video he took, he finds part of the video where Mabel's boyfriend's hand falls off. Right, that terrifying part. Then what episode?
Way back.
The Legend of the Gobblewonker.
Very, very, very ominous.
Yes. That episode is the one that they actually went to the island, isn't it? Scuttlebutt Island. I don't think it's a skull-shaped island.
It's amazing how much I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember either. I'm just looking it up on Wikipedia. Well, not Wikipedia. It's Wikia.
Let me just look up in my memory real quick because I remember all of this.
My memory, because I'm amazing at this. Afterward, they dispose of their cameras. On their way to the island, Dipper gives Mabel and blah 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 blah. The enormous Gobblewonker. Gobblewonker is a fun name.
Gobblewonker. I don't even
because
remember
that's ultimately how it gets destroyed. The Gobblewonker got wonked
and gobbled.
Yes. Was it a skull-shaped island?
I think you're thinking of Peter Pan there, Eric.
No, I remember there being some sort of skull cave or something like that. Wasn't there?
In Peter Pan, yes. Yes,
No.
there was a skull cave.
No, not in Peter Pan. I haven't even watched that movie. Don't tell anyone, because they'll be like, why haven't you watched the Disney classic?
I don't know. I've not seen Peter Pan.
Well, I just didn't watch a lot of the Disney classics.
Wow.
You're a terrible person.
But again, don't tell anyone, because they'll be yelling at me.
Right. No. Hey, man, it's just us 3 and the few thousand
It's just
people
us
watching.
3 and that camera right next to us. I don't think I'm pretty like what does a skull have to do with anything?
Someone dying?
Someone died. But well, it might have been.
What does a heart have to do with anything?
What does a what?
A heart.
Well, love is where the heart is. And there's your heart.
You're right. That's
I like how we have these representations of a heart being, two where you don't know the traditional heart picture.
Mm-hmm.
And then This one, they show you where the love is.
Well, I think the cartoon heart is supposed to be two hearts together.
Yeah, I've seen that too. Heard that.
I haven't.
Oh yeah,
That could work.
It blew my mind.
yeah.
Mind blown. I guess I'll go over to these last bottom ones.
Haley, do you have to head out now, or?
Yeah. You guys can continue discussing these things.
Okay, well, everybody say a nice comment to Haley as she leaves, even though this is pre-recorded.
Yes.
Well, leave your message to this pre-recorded video. After the tone, and only after the tone.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya. And she's gone.
Yep. Rest in peace. She was a good woman.
Yes. Yeah, make it cross on my. Yeah.
Anywho.
30 years and now he's back. The mystery in the Mystery Shack.
We know what that is.
Yeah. And then the ridiculous one. Winning hearts by daylight, possessing robots by moonlight. Her emotional baggage is a real fright. She is the one named Giffany.
I did not even know that was a code. That's amazing.
Yeah. I
Wow.
actually had to reference it. Let me see if I can plug these numbers into something, because I've waited long enough to do that.
Or was it Jiffany?
Giffany. Jiffany. If you want to be a GIF or a jive, go ahead.
Jiff or Jive?
GIF or jive. Yeah, I'm referencing an idea channel.
Not familiar. I'm sure some people watching are familiar.
Yeah, a guy always pops up on screen. He's like, "Here's an idea."
Oh,
and then he goes on with an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. Gravity. Gravity Falls. I break the code. Because this is the best way to check your ciphers. Now let's see if I can figure it out. At bash, you get JAJBQR. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, this doesn't make anything.
What were you trying to look up?
I was just trying to see if the episode numbers had anything to do with anything.
Oh.
It doesn't. Spoilers.
So I guess since the series is ending, what was your favorite episode of the entire series so far?
Episodes 1 through the end.
No.
Oh,
that's
I
cheating.
Have to pick a favorite.
Sorry, Billy.
Sorry, Billy. I can't have all of your candy. Let me. I have to think about it for a minute here. What's your favorite and why?
I have to say Society of the Blind Eye, probably. That or the time travel episode when Dipper and Mabel kept going back to the carnival, because that was very entertaining. The Society of the Blind Eye, because it was just so trippy to see McGucket normal and get a very interesting backstory and learn how many people are erasing their memories, and it was just like a huge reveal.
Yeah. Let me think. I liked A Tale of Two Stands. Really nice episode.
That was a great episode as well.
A lot about this show.
Yeah.
And there's probably a lot of things that I didn't pick up on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely one day watch this show again, because definitely stuff we missed. But yeah, that was a great episode. Side note, I love, this is completely irrelevant, I love the song Goat and a Pig.
Goat and a Pig. I forget how that song goes.
I love it so much, way more than I probably should. Goat and a Pig. It's so great.
I think I remember.
It's so ridiculous. I think it was on the Cupid episode, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to set Mabel set Chompers up with Waddles.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's very sexy.
So you're telling me that Mabel is a shipper?
She's a shipper.
Oh,
not a dipper shipper.
And not a dipper shipper. Oh, that also brings up another point. What is Dipper's actual name?
Oh man,
because it's not Dipper.
Well,
Like, I've been told that there's a rhyme scheme between them, so maybe his name is
Gable.
No, his name's supposed to start with D.
Is it? Though?
I believe. That's
was
what's
that
been said.
mentioned in Between the Pines or?
I'm pretty sure something like in relation to that something was said, but I'm not sure if it was that his name is exactly. The hint that was put out there was when Candy said his name starts with a D and ends with an ipper.
I mean,
that was the hint
I
that
don't
was
know
put on screen. It might.
I think
I
think he was being facetious.
Yeah.
It ends with an ipper.
Ipper.
The blipper? Like I don't know what that could even.
Table ipper.
Dable flipper.
Table flipper, yeah. Or dippy fresh.
Flip a dip.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, one theory could be since Stanley and Stanford have similar names, maybe Dipper and Mabel have similar names.
God, I'm horrible at remembering details. I believe that Alex said that they do have a rhyme scheme in their names.
Everyone comment and confirm.
Yes, comment and confirm.
I have not yet seen Between the Pines. I know I'm a scrub.
I'm going to send you the video. Well, actually, I sent you the video.
Yeah, I will be
now
watching
you can
it.
watch it.
I'll be sure to watch it.
Okay, that'll be great.
These voices are great.
Yeah. I honestly should voice act more, but I don't. Just I don't put time aside to do it. Just do it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's actually a very good question. I literally didn't even think about until just now.
Until just now, it dawned on him. What the heck is Dipper's name?
Yeah. Well, we'll have to find that out. I doubt they'll not tell us.
Yeah,
it'll probably be the last.
And
thing.
we have so much longer to wait. Just a couple days.
Yeah, that's too long though. That's too long. The last episode was 3 years ago.
3 years? Oh, that's been a while. I thought it was a couple months.
Yeah, these hiatuses kill me.
Yeah, I wish that they would
permanent hiatus.
I like a lot of shows on television right now. Like Gravity Falls is great. Steven Universe is great.
Oh yeah.
Adventure Time when I was watching it was great.
Yeah, I heard Adventure Time
but the hiatuses, I'm like, what show is going on right now?
Yeah, I wonder what that is. Any animation industry buffs, let us know why American cartoons go on so many hiatuses all the time.
Well, I understand having MLP is great. They have the entire season at weekly episodes, yep. And then they don't have episodes for an extended period of time.
Yeah, you know how most
and then they have another season. But Gravity Falls, it seems, okay, we got another episode out. See you in a couple.
Yeah, just release it whenever.
Release it all at once so that we're not sitting here oh my God.
Yeah.
Waiting and waiting.
In the Steven Universe. Here's an episode. Here's an episode. Here's an episode. Here's an episode. Here's an episode.
See you in a couple.
All right. Later.
Yeah. But it does give us a lot of time to speculate.
Indeed.
Ooh. Season 1, episode 9, Time Baby's future, where he's destroying everything, just his beam is red, while the one that we've seen attack Bill is blue. He uses blue beam, just all I'm a baby and I got a blue beam. Maybe that's worth noting.
2 Time Babies confirmed.
2 Time Baby? Yeah, you got to put a question mark at the end. 2 Time Babies confirmed?
Yeah, that's interesting. I think I'm pretty sure there's 2 Time Babies now.
Yeah.
I feel like there has to be.
One that's going to reconstitute and be very cranky. Maybe that's the one that we see destroying a city. Maybe not.
That would make sense, actually. Well,
yeah.
No, because his beams were red, right?
Yeah. Maybe early Time Baby has red beams.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. We just got a problem with it, man.
Also, if going back to the time travel thing, if they went forward in time, and Bill was creating an anomaly, and what if he wouldn't he not allow them to go back in time if Bill was like ruling the world or whatever?
Well, I
Like,
have
wouldn't they not have time
one
travel?
answer for you. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
Right. Got it. That explains everything.
Yes, everything is explained now. Everybody likes to believe that time is a constant flow of cause and effect, but from a nonlinear, multijective viewpoint, it's more of a big ball of wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
Is it though?
Stuff. No, probably not. I don't know.
Well, I mean, like that's the thing. Like, I hope they like kind of go more in depth about how time travel here works. Because like, is it like Dragon Ball Z, where if you go back in time, you create a separate timeline that has nothing to do with the timeline you came from? Or does it change? Is it like the butterfly effect?
I think it's
what?
With Dragon Ball Z, it's the multi-world theory.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that that's what happens. Because there's so many different worlds that were created in the Cell Saga.
Yeah. But we've been doing this for a while. So I guess we'll wrap it up with any last minute potential predictions, if there are any left.
So everything's going to implode.
Right.
And then explode in a mass array, creating galaxies and stars and planets and asteroids and dust. And after all of this, Gravity Falls will come to a close.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Neil deGrasse Tyson. I don't know what they're going to do. Gideon will probably be redeemed or whatever. I don't know if anyone's going to die. I don't know if they'll go that far in a Disney Channel or Disney XD cartoon.
Well, maybe they won't die, but maybe they'll go into a place where they can't be with their family, like just separated rather than dead.
See, I wouldn't want someone to like go back into the portal again. Like, that'd be terrible.
But maybe the whole world depends on it. You have to go into the portal, Dipper.
Maybe.
I didn't bring this
Dipper
up.
Forward.
There was a clip of the voice actor for Mabel saying, "No, why would you do that? Why would you?" So whatever. What was it?
Oh yeah. I saw that actually.
Yeah, her reaction. Well, it does seem like she's calm during this, or a little distressed. Well, that whole scene makes me worry about Mabel.
Well, I want to watch that again, because I don't know if she was just reacting to the fact that was her last line, or if she was reacting to the ending itself and then learning that was the ending.
Why would you end Mabel? That was the word choice that made me worry. Why would you end Mabel?
Well, maybe I don't know if they're gonna kill Mabel, but like maybe they're like maybe she didn't know
end to the show in general, and she's like, okay, recording my lines, nice, fun time. No, why would you end Mabel?
Yeah, like she may not have known that was the finale.
Yeah.
While she was recording it, and then Alex was like, "Hey, guess what?"
Yeah, reaction to
That's
last
it.
line in Gravity Falls.
Yeah.
So, but it makes me worry that they'll do something to Mabel.
I
doubt that they will, but it's possible.
She's so innocent and nice.
Yeah, which would make it great for her to be the one to go.
Listen, this is not Game of Thrones.
Well, it is media, and it is their last episode.
They just go full George R.R. Martin on the last episode.
Yeah, just, okay, I'm going to have the red, what is Bill having? Red Mageddon.
Oh, man.
Yeah, just imagine that as the last episode's name. The title of the last episode, Red Mageddon. And then the fans watching that, I'd love to see reactions of people seeing Red Mageddon.
I wouldn't even be mad. I'd be impressed.
Yeah, I would be like, good on you. Good on you.
Good job, Alex.
You took a great idea and did it. And then, like, the episode has nothing to do with everyone dying.
Yeah, just everyone dies. That's it. The end.
Way to toy with our expectations.
Well, I think that pretty much covers it. We may do a recap at the end if you would like to join us again, Mr. Erik Turtle.
If as long as I'm available at the time.
So yeah, we're sad to see the show go, but we still
Singles
got an hour.
always.
Still got an hour of Gravity Falls. Well, technically like 45-ish minutes, and then Alex is moving on to Fox for a new show. So maybe we'll see what kind of show that is. You said you're sorry for him.
Yeah, sorry. Going to Fox?
Well, it's not Fox News, so it's okay.
Oh, okay, good. Good. As long as it's not Fox News, but still Fox.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you on the recap, and stay tuned for more cartoon discussion. Not much more Gravity Falls discussion because the show's about to end. Subscribe for more. Follow us on Twitter and Tumblr. Make sure you subscribe to Thelooneyturtle on YouTube because he's awesome. He does cartoon stuff as well and amazing voices.
Yes, and you can see the amazing turtle companion that I have.
See you guys later.